Kevin. Kevin's not there. He's just come on in. Yeah. Okay. Right. We'll uh, we'll get going. As long as you can hear me, that's absolutely fine. Nobody else. It appears that no one can hear me apart from you, Peter.
Do you want me to check on YouTube as well?
Yeah, if you just could before we get going. I think everything's taking a bit to get going. Mark, software
Yeah,
seems to be a little bit slow.
all working on YouTube, mate. All noise and sound coming through fine.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the other screen. It appears to be a few minutes late, a few minutes slow. Oh, yeah, great. Great, thanks. Right, let's do a little let's do a little review.
Yeah, it's delayed about 30 seconds.
Wow. Right. Okay. Well, let's get going. We've Let's have a quick review first. So, right, okay, quite interesting. I mean, we're looking for a gap close rather than do the American markets at the moment. We've got lots of time, and we've got news out as well on the economic calendar. We've got Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. So this is something that we need to have a look at because this could easily be market moving. Do we really care where it is? Not really. All we care really is that the forecast of 66.9 is either achieved, which means the market will hardly move, I would imagine. If we get a higher reading, that means that will be bullish for the dollar. If it's bullish for the dollar, we'll probably get an initial, oh, great, everything's great, and it'll surge. But bullish for the dollar is negative for the index. So, and if we get a low reading, bearish reading, less than 66.9, and it's in 57 minutes time, then it's bearish for the dollar, which will make the indices go up higher. But for the moment, all we're after is to get hooked up and to really get stuck into the market and make some money. So before all this happens, a quick run off onto, we'll start with gold. Wow. Well, that's just made another 4% on gold. Happy days. So, how can we record it? So if we go back, I put this stuff. What did I? How can we record it? So if we go back, I put this stuff. What have I done here? Record it. So if we go back, I put this stuff. What have I done here? Record. Right. I'm clicking the wrong screens. I should be clicking YouTube. Not YouTube, Slack. Right. So we did go in again, and my bot went. Oh, yeah, the bot went in. That was yeah, it was 4%, and the target was up at 2482. So yeah, I took another 4% here. That was 10.5, and I've took another 8 as well with the bot. So that absolute madness. That's 18.5% on gold today. Absolute mad. Happy days is the other expression. Did everyone else trade? I presume everybody else has traded gold.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. I've been using swinger bots, as you know. If you haven't got swinger bots on, then you deserve to be shot because they've been doing 2% to go off every day this week. And they've just done it again. And again this morning, and again now. I don't know how much further they can go. We've kind of really hit all our targets, really. That was my end game for Friday, 24.87. I think I put that on the reports, and yeah, I think that was it. Just have a quick look at the daily. Let's have a look. Where is it? It's down the bottom, isn't it? Gold. Yeah, 24.87, which is then going to open up 25.19. But I did expect that to be Monday, but how, 18.5%. So early doors we did, just to recap, early doors we did 6.5% on gold. Then we got entries in on options expiry, and we smashed options expiry. I'll go through that in a minute. And we made a further 4% from that. The bot went in and smashed another lot, so we made 18.5% today on gold. That is the biggest number I've ever done on gold in one day. 18.5%. That is absolute monster trade. And I know Pete did 3.5% while he's on the golf course, so that was pretty damn good. So
I did more than that, Steve, because I put on a gold swinger bot before I left this morning, and that's done another 2.5% for me as well, which I realised when I got back.
Fantastic. It's that gold, the gold swinger bot is absolute gold dust. Absolute killing the market at the moment.
It was the silver one that you gave me.
Say again?
It was the silver bot that you gave me, but I had a little play around with it this morning and recoded it. And yeah, it seemed to work on gold for me very well as well.
I didn't look at the silver bot, but we've absolutely smashed the market to bits today. Really don't need to trade, really. We should do, because I said we're going to. But yeah, the FTSE, there's the wall trade. If you're into the wall trade, then this is the wall trade going really slowly. I'd put your stop to entry just over 0.5% there. And if it goes up, then that would be nice as well. I'd like to continue that as well. And if we just go to expiry, I think I've got the expiry details still on there. Oh, here we are. This is the expiry at 10 past 10 today. The market, this is where the market dropped from. The market dropped down, hit our first buy opportunity, then 6-7 minutes later retraced for a very easy 1%. So that was nice as well. The DAX. Let's review on the DAX. Now, I didn't trade the DAX, but I did give some targets out at 8,300, where I thought these are the targets where I said the market would hit today. So it's hit target 1, 83, target 2, 83, 4, 8340, which was a huge target. And I think Kevin traded them. There's a 5-minute fractal there. There's your 1-to-1. There's a 2%. It's about a 4% trade. If you'd hung on to it, I don't think people would have hung on to it. There's another 5-minute fractal there, of course. So well done to everybody who traded the DAX. I didn't. I was hanging into an absolutely mullering gold, as I mentioned this morning. We've hit all our upside targets on the DAX. We do and have had a retrace. So I would be interested, and if you guys could keep an eye out and give me a heads up, just to let us know about the 15-minute bar, because this 15-minute bar, the market, it's a Friday afternoon, it's on the DAX. I think we can get another sneaky trade. The market has already been up to these levels. It's already hit the targets, but it is a Friday afternoon, and we know what the DAX does, how the DAX runs on a Friday afternoon. On balance volume, still not there yet. If you guys want to do a 926, that's absolutely fine today. The force is with you on here. So you can see here, we're absolutely tracking tracking the major resistor oblique resistance here, or even though we've left an extreme two closing gaps. So the force is certainly with you, and a 15-minute bar reversal or a 926, whichever you would like to do, would be absolutely fine. What we could actually do, we could do let's have a quick measure of that. Let's talk about 35 pips. So we're going to very quickly do a 926 semi-auto. So what we're going to do, we're going to hit the bell. We're going to hit it on the PRT chart. And then we're going to pick up the 9. We're going to ask it to cross over the 26. Don't forget it's a 35 pip stop. And then we're going to associate a trigger, and we're going to semi-automatically trade this. If these conditions are met while we're looking at other things, then we can get a trigger in here and readjust our trade. So we're in 5-minute chart, 926, boom. Now that's tracking. If those conditions are met, then we'll be in. So let's go back to the Dow for the gap. Right, so we can see the Dow. I predicted 600 pips yesterday afternoon, and that smashed it. We hit target 1, target 2, plus final solution. So that was pretty good. Today, I'm banking on the market coming down, candle breakout short area. It looks like it has. And if that happens and we don't get any, we've got the opportunity in 48 minutes on the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index. So we've got time to get in. We have time to close the gap, and we've got potentially time to make it risk-free. So we've got T1 at 40,798, T2 41,046. That is predicated on, it's coming down towards C-ball, and we have. And it's also predicated on the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Index hitting 66.9 or better to have a rah-rah, but that rah-rah should come off if it does do over 66.9. So that means it's strong for the dollar, which will be weaker for the index. But again, it's weaker for the index. There's a perverse way of everyone outside of America buying a cheaper index because the dollar is cheap, and then the index goes up. So it's all a little bit in a state. So today the ATR on the Dow is 81. That's a 15% ATR. And we want to look to see how we can close this gap. So you can see the gaps up here. The extreme gaps on the opposite side, which is really good. We traded between S1 and R1, so we've got no pivot risk in that respect. And we want to be at least 81 pips away minimum. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have an order above the daily pivot. Oh, it's only 76 away though, isn't it? Let's just have a look at tracking this down. Can I have a stop on the CBOS? Yes. 80. Right, 86 and 80, 86 and 86. We're going with the trend, I do believe. And we are going to have an order in. We're going to place it now for the gap close, and we're going to have that right up. That will do the job. I'm just going to put 86 down, and we're right in the closing gap. So give or take, it's the Dow, doesn't matter, points in the pip. But we do need to be below CBOS. We're going to put an alert on that in case it comes down quicker, because we've got a few minutes yet. And you can see on balance volume is still down. We've not got the volume up, ATR's down. People, as you know, when it comes to quarter past, can start going for that gap. So with that in mind, we're going straight to the S&P because that's similar. I want it to come right down onto, this is my ideal buy zone. We've got a closing gap on the 15th here. I want to hit C-ball, initial target. We hit target 1 yesterday and target 2. Target 3 has been slightly missed. Revised targets for today. New target 1, new target 2. predicated on CBOS being hit. Now, we can trade this straight away, guys, on a 1-to-1 into the close on a cam. I don't know if people have done that level, but we've got 19 to the close. 19 and 19, we can actually, I think, we can get away with a futures market shot straight into that. So 1919 will do that. The shot straight in there. Spreads a little bit wider at the moment. That will tighten up. So we've got crude coming off a low as well. And what have we got enough time? We have, haven't we? So we've got two futures trades here. We've got a stop to entry being hit on the FTSE. So no loss, no gain on that. It's a shame that it went up 0.5%, then come down. We've got stop to entry, but it's why we use risk management. Right. So, and I haven't done the pivots yet on the NASDAQ. I want to wait till after 3 o'clock for the NAS. I want the noise to settle out the way. I want consumer sentiment out of the way. And then we'll look at fracking the backside of the NASDAQ. So I think the NASDAQ could bear quite a bit of fruit with the tech recovery, as I mentioned this morning. So, yeah. So we're actually clicked in on the S&P, and we're clicked in on what else? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at all the different screens. I need to put another screen up so I can see what's going on. But yeah, so we're in the S&P, starting to rise. We should be in the Dow. That was the S&P again. Sorry about that. The Dow in the futures market. We've got a stopping the CBOS. We've got unbalanced volume rising. We've got the average true range getting more aggressive. That means more people are coming into the market, and we're about to go positive on volume. So at the moment, it's as good as good can be in the futures market. We do not know what people are going to do, but we've got 2 gap trades ready to rock and roll, and we'll see what happens. All we can do now is wait for that open. While we're waiting for that open, we've got 12 minutes for that to happen. Let's go and have a look at that crude. So this morning I mentioned in the room that we're going to stay away from this because the chances were this market was going to break and drop to the downside, and so it has. There's the oblique resistance line. I mentioned if we drop these levels, the market could open up and you could see 7,500, and we did, and then that would hesitate and potentially blow to 74. Now, because of the Middle Eastern crisis, although the forecast, because of the China slowdown, demand for oil slowdown, that's taking oil off, and the forecasting is they won't be using as much oil. Fine. But you cannot ignore the geopolitical tensions in the Middle East, in Israel with Iran potentially going to launch a hellfire assault on them. So I think we might see in the American market a rise on here. And if we do get a rise on here, this will give rise to the FTSE as well. When the Dow when crude comes off, it really does. If it comes off in a sharp manner going down, as you know, it accounts for just over 26% of the market cap on the FTSE. So if you get crude belting down, it drags the FTSE down with it. It's like a drag. Now, if crude decides to get a wiggle on, then so will the FTSE. So we're going to put some alarms in the FTSE, and I'm going to put some alarms on oil as well. If we break back out on oil, around, well, I want something meaningful on oil. We're day trading, so we're into the small levels. let's have a look. See if we can get a 50% retrace should get our interest in oil to bring this one back through. But the bigger interest, of course, is to drag the FTSE back through. So if we go and look at the FTSE, we've got 10 minutes to go before we open. So this was the camera, the breakout short bounce. The market bounced, moved back up, and then returned back here. And because I'm talking, I can't manage. I'm trying to explain everything. And the stop was 13 pips, which was down here. So it would not have been stopped out, and neither would it have hit full target. But the chances of hitting full target with oil starting to reverse are pretty high. But we can't trade every market all at once and at the same time. It's a toughie. You can't do that. Right, so I've got some positions ordered already. That's for FTSEs. That's okay. Right, okay. What I'm interested in doing, and what I did buy this morning, well, just before here, I'll show you as an I'll put some alerts here. I'll stop waffling. We'll get some alerts in here above EMA here, back on the 61% retrace levels, a bit lower than here. And we'll go into potential options. Now, I'm just looking at the options at the moment, the daily strike options. And I did have quite a big interest in 55 15s, 16s, sorry. They're currently at 20. Now, this isn't the future, I'll show you. This is, well, no, I won't. We're streaming on YouTube. So, you guys in the room know why I'm not going to put this on, because it's a big edge in the market. And we don't want the edge took away from us last time we made it public. And the brokers took the edge away, so we're not going to talk about it. So, is anyone interested in the room? Shout out. There's only one or two that are option traders. Is anyone interested in the options? No? Okay. Okay, we won't bother with those. I've put some calls in on the market. So, right, we'll leave those alone. And now we're 7 minutes away from everything kicking off. We've got the DAX starting to push up, and it's just broken a 5-minute fractal reversal, and it's about to break fractal reversal structure. After bursting through our 2487 target today and running to 2492, the market is relaxing a little bit in gold. We'd like to see that pull back, because I want to give that some. I'm just going to turn my gold box off. So I don't want the swinger coming in on the American market. Yeah, just turn this. I'm just going to turn my swinger off for the moment. That's it. I don't want it coming in and spoiling the day after being such a good day. If we get a pullback, then we'll put the swinger on again. So 6 minutes to go. We've been clicking on the futures markets, and from what I can see on the order flow with the options, the broker's got these markets priced in such a way that 5506 could be hit. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. when the market wakes up, when the bell goes, and we'll see what happens when we open on. Crude is starting to build. FTSE's hanging about, and DAX is moving. Wall Street's starting to move up. We're up 5-6 pips. Which one shall we switch on to watch? I wonder if I got the two, have I got this set up for two indices? Or is that on my English setup? Nope, we've got this, so that's good. So we can put the Dow up here. You can see the Dow and the S&P. So we can put them side by side, and we can see what happens. Suppose these are on 5-minute charts. And we're looking for that gap to be whacked. And we're looking for that gap to be whacked. This is much more likely at the moment, looking at the structure, but let's get the gap trade out of the way, and then see what the market can present to us. Now, when the market opens, we've only got half an hour really before some market moving news might come out. So we could go and have a little look at something that's not USD related, really. It's hard to get enthusiasm when we just got 18.5% on gold. We lost on the FTSE, hitting the FTSE, only 1% back. Wouldn't expiry as well. We'll probably get the end of the day, if we get these two gaps, we'll be over 20% up for the day, which I'm not sure I've ever made 20% in one day before. It's a good job we've all got it recorded and all in the room, because no one will believe us. Right. So let's wonder, 2 minutes, just under 2 minutes to go, and we'll see what happens. Did anyone hit that Audible link that I give you for the Steve Covey book? See if it works. Nobody? Okay.
Yeah, I ordered the book, Steve.
You've ordered the book,
Yeah, I just ordered the book.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, me too.
I must admit, I do like the paper copy, but I regularly just switch the audio book on and listen to bits of it. Like today, it's like absolutely ridiculously hot. After the storms yesterday, the day before, and the rain, it's like I've got the air conditioning on, and it's trying to cool the room down to 24, 25. Because it's 39 degrees today in the shade. Ridiculous. Right, 30 seconds to go. Let's see what happens with the market. Let's see what happens. 20 seconds to go. We'll watch this run through. See what the market thinks of these gaps. One thing I think about as well is sometimes if these gaps fail, then we want to be in again for the second time. We want to be making these risk-free as well. As you can see, we're getting halfway there. We'll make this risk-free in case you get a hard reversal on the Dow, so we cannot lose money. And we're not moving very much on the S&P, but we're looking for this gap. Oh, there he is. There's Jeff. You're a bit late coming out of the market. I was expecting to see you, Jeff, on the gap close. You
I
traded
was
this
on
gap.
I was on the YouTube, Steve, and it cut off, so I had to come on here. I was on YouTube,
Oh, right, okay, man.
but it cut off, so that's why I jumped in here.
Oh, it stopped streaming on YouTube, is it?
Yeah, it did with me anyway.
All right. This can be really annoying sometimes in this gap. It looks like it's going to go, it can come down, and then we'll get stopped out, and then the thing turns around and goes back up to the gap again. So we're not going to be, if we do get stopped, we're going to run down into 1 minute, and we're going to frack it into the gap. I'll just put a line of the gap just in case. There's a gap. And S&P is a bit more subdued. Let's get this thing off. Let's get this into 1 minute to make it a bit more exciting. I'm just going to look at the type of breakaways that we've got on this fractal. So we've got reverse fractal here, which hopefully will provide a little bit of resistance. And we're waiting for this to fill the gap. Oh, heck, I've got other alerts going off now in other markets, so probably need to go and have a look at those as well. Best go and follow the other what's happening in these markets as well. So well done to everyone who put that in. Did everyone do that trade? Nice little gap trade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. And more rupees in the pocket. I've just have a little look at how this is looking with the wider pivots. We've got the on-balance volume absolutely took off. Renko blocks are still, oh, I need to change those. For some reason, it's gone back into, that's better, into time rather than ticks. I don't know why PRT keeps doing that. But we've got some really good movement on balance, really good movement. So quite happy with that. Quite happy with that. Let's move into some smaller time frames on here. It really does need to get its beak above the daily pivot, and it'll be aware once it does that. We came down. Did anyone do the cam trade as a matter of interest? I didn't, of course, but I don't know if anyone else did. Cam trade was 14 pips. It was an entry here, 14 pip stop, 14 pip target, which would be about to get hit now. We didn't do it, but that was the trade. I was preferring to go for the gap, to be fair. And what you'll often find is when the market comes up to the gap, there'll be a lot of people closing the gap, and the market will come up to the gap, sometimes pierce it a little bit, but then it'll revert. But because the markets are positive, it'll revert, and it gives the opportunity to then get back in on a fracker and get it going. Let's just have a look and see what happened on the Dow. I thought the S&P is going to be slow today.
Yeah. What happened, Steve, on that one on the S&P for the cam trade? I didn't take it because of the news at the 1:30 news. It was right. It was on CBOS, right on the news. I actually was long at the pivot, and then I cut it for a very small loss because like a second from the news. Right. The news pushed it into CBOS.
Well, that's the wise thing to do. Trading the news it's just a gamble, isn't it? You've got to either be risk-free if you can or take profits and get out.
Yeah, it hit just at the wrong time.
Yeah, it's a shame. I would like to say that I spotted that. That's why I didn't do it, but I can't say that. Oh dear. Right, so you can see what's happened. Let's take some of these noise off. There's a gap. There's a close. And you know, if you're not using one thing for the, you know, for guys that I don't know if how many people are watching, I can't see anyway. If you're not using pivots in the market, then you need your head read. You've got to use cash pivots when you're trading a cash market, otherwise you really are flying blind, and you don't know why you have no idea why markets are reacting the way they are reacting, and you can't do gap trades, pivot trades, which are so powerful and really important to understand as a trader. If you're going to be consistent, you want to be profitable, and you're trading cash markets, you've got to know where the gaps are. So you can get all these pivots off the website. Please, anyone, don't go and try and get these because you've already got them in the OneDrive. If you don't know where they are, give me a shout and I'll show you where they are. So you can see here that the market had a huge open spike up. Market came right up into here. Now we have what I would call kind of a perfect 1 minute frac storm here. We've come all the way up into the close. I should use my pen. I'm getting used to be able to use my pen now, aren't I? We come all the way to here. I've just wiped the close out now, haven't I? And now we've got a nice fractal here. Just here. And I should put that in red, really, shouldn't I? I'll change it into red. Or blue. Blue would be better. And coming into here. So this is a really nice area here for a breakout if you want to trade. From a structure point of view, there's some quite interesting action happening. Just like a Bollinger Band, we're getting a nip in here of what's happening with price action. You see the market's gone up, it's hit the gap, and then it's come back as we predicted it would do. But then we're putting in a reversal bottom frac here and a breakout here. I would not take this fractal breakout because we are getting the squeeze pressure on the bulls and bears at the micro level are fighting at the moment, and we're getting some confluence. And it's right into this confluence here. You can see here where the market earlier on futures market was rattling around. So this is a fractal break. If you want to take this, if you're after going into these big targets, then a fractal breakout structure will be here with a stop of 76. We need a headroom up into the next resistance level, and you can see that's marked with the red here. So we could, in fact, we could use this reversal fractal. I'll get rid of that. You could use this reversal fractal here because we've got support on the 200 EMA as well. So we could get away with a tighter fractal structure, taking the second fractal above the close, out and beyond, and a trade of 66. So if you wish to take that, you can put that in now, and that's valid unless the structure on the stop is taken out first. There's another 1% potential here. The top of here is 71. Spread at the moment is what's that? 5. Oh, it's quite a lot. IG, but this is a wide spread today. All right. I'm going to give that a bit of wiggle, extra out of that. And what I'll do, I'll put an alert in here. And if the fractal base is took out before we break up, then we have to close that trade. I'm going to have a look at those alerts that are going off. So spot gold is breaking out on a trigger. Wall Street has triggered right in front of me here. So we're taking that trade off. It's null and void. The first trade's usually always the best. The issue we've got in front of us now, of course, is in 20 minutes, we've got the Mission Consumer information out. So do we want to do another trade? No. Do we want to make the S&P risk-free? Hell yes. and we're 10 pips up. We're 0.5% up already on not already, but it is building. I'll show you. We do not want to be in the S&P without making it risk-free or taking money, because we do not want to be subject to a spike in the market. So we're halfway there now. 19 pips, we're 10 pips. So we're going to do what we did with the Dow. We're going to make that risk-free, because if we're right and the market is now trading above the pivot, oh, for God's sake, come on, above the pivot here, we should be okay. On-balance volume is looking good. There is a 926 cross about to be confirmed, and that alert that we had just before was our semi-automatic trade on. Oh, what's happened there? I'm glad I opened this. Look at this. That was a 35 and 35. What the heck happened there? I'm finding it difficult to trust IG and some of these things that we do now. It's, we'll swear black is blue if it benefits them. Kind of keep getting these slippages all the time. Or we actually did this, recorded, didn't we? Of exactly what we wanted the market to do. And it didn't do it. They give us a different list, and we have all sorts of excuses on why it didn't happen. Did anyone else do that with me by any chance? No?
No, I didn't notice that one, Steve. I missed it somehow.
Oh,
I would have been on it.
right, okay. So no one's in this with me. I'm going to
No, 'cause
readjust.
I was looking for it to go up because I traded it down when it came down.
Yeah. 24 pips. I'm going to put that on 24 pips. Which should have been a 35 pip stop. And we're just looking for this market to rise back up into these levels, really. Into this resistance would be quite nice. Oh, well. What part of 35 and 35 did they get wrong? 58 and 13. It's even there, 35 and 35. So if I try and do these semi-auto trades again, remind me of what happened today. I'm not going to do them. Can't trust the broker. It's more and more we're getting issues when we're trying to put trades on. It's just not happening. The issue is if you're on your own trading, then you don't mention it to the broker, or the broker more or less makes you feel like you're wrong. But these are all recorded, and we do this in front of a lot of people, and it's constantly recorded failures on the broker side. And it's a shame, really, because IG used to be quite good, and they're getting, as we progressively move forward, whether it's a weak technical team on PRT, I really don't know. Can't explain it. All we can do is show all the errors that keep happening. Right, so here's the other alert that's just switched off. On-balance volume is up. The average true range is absolutely going up. So we've got aggressiveness in the market with the on-balance going to the top. And we've also got, you can see the size of the candles quite large there. So we want to trade the FTSE on the back of that, not necessarily crude. So let's go and have a look at crude. Is anyone still in the futures trade? the market has just punched 24.96 on gold. So
Yeah, I'm still in gold.
a little bit, yeah, I am. I'm in gold. I'm 40 odd pips up at the moment on the futures market. It's absolutely creaming it. And then I'm day trading as well. That's great. What else? What else? What else? What else? We've got just over a quarter of an hour. Just added another 1% into the bank. And yeah. So FTSE, we need this break. There's a 15-minute bar, no good. 15-minute bar, absolutely no good. No good at all. Can anyone tell me why those 15-minute bars are of no use at all?
They're not above the 9 EMA.
Absolutely, yeah. Dead right. This one is a nice 15-minute bar, and I will take that when it sets up. The DAX is putting in the 15-minute bar. Well, the 15-minute bar on the DAX is already triggered at 2:15. And it's right on the level now that you could get in on the DAX and use 15-minute bar reversals if you wish on the DAX to go along. I'm not going to trade crude. I'm going to use crude as a signal today. Right. So I do like, we've got 12 minutes to go before I put in a solid signal. The people, we've got 12 minutes to go, so we're going to have a look at crude. Sorry, gold. We've just been on crude. So we're looking, I said we would get a bounce off here. And let's just have a look. It's always good to look and always good to check and see what, just make sure that you're not going daft with trading. So this, I published this morning at 7 o'clock this morning, 7:30. What did I say? Yeah, so that was the first target to hit. And then the next focus is 25.19 with a bounce probably at 2,500, and we're coming up to there now. So if we can get gold to cruise up to here slowly, bounce off, get the news out that is a flatliner for the markets. In other words, we'll continue with gold. We could get an add-on into 25.19 on the next stage. Let's take these drawings out now because they're all done. And it's kind of heading up to the targets that we specified. Where are the targets? There we are. Specified this in when did we do it? When did we do it? March the 20th. And I did predict this would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? I predicted on the 20th of March, on the 26th of September, we'd hit our target. And unfortunately, it looks like if the market carries on the way it's going, it's probably going to hit there sooner. It's going to hit there beginning of September, maybe 2 weeks out. We'll see. We'll see. And then from here into December to 3,000. And we'll see. No one's mentioned anything about this. A new all-time record high. Nice punch up. So when I punch into here, and let's just stay around here. Oh, we've got the indie bots. So bear with me. I'm just going to put the indie bots on. I haven't done these yet, guys. I'm sorry. I want to test them a bit more before I give them out, release them out for people to trade. But anyone who's got the indie bot so far, and there are a few people got the indie bots, then switch it on. And switch it on a 15-minute chart on the FTSE. So the indie bot runs on a, I'll show you. Where is it? Runs on a 9-pip stop, and it targets 50. It's a bit of a beast. We can run the indie bot on the FTSE because that's not going to really be bothered too much with the Michigan data. So I'm just going to set that up now. And if you've got the indie bots, please use them. This indie bot has an 86% hit rate. So up to you. And I will do it this weekend, I promise, to make sure they're all working right, and then they'll be open. If people are interested in the indie bots, then the indie, or I call them the pickers, then you can. So switch those on now. See the market came up. It's hit 2,500 and it's pulling back like we said it would. And now we want this market to keep pulling back and keep pulling back on the back of the information on the Michigan info. We've got a nice breakout in 7 minutes for the DAX, not for the FTSE, I should say. So that's nice. Let's get this down. That would be nice. And then let's get a trade out and let's head for 25.19. That will be the next target up here. Right, let's go, and we need to think about 7 minutes make at the US500. We're 19 pips. We're nearly there. We're nearly there on the target. We're up 0.73%, so 0.75%. At the moment, we cannot lose. And what we're going to do on here, what can I do? Is everyone in the DAX? Please tell me you're in a DAX. It's right. It is shooting up. It's hit target 1 again.
Yeah, I'm in DAX, Steve, and S&P.
Great. It's great to get a bit of feed. Normally, it's like sat talking to myself sometimes in the room.
I think it's good. We've got to get our mute buttons off, Stephen, and sometimes we've got to flick. That might be the reason.
Say again, Jeff.
It's because we've got the mute buttons on, I'd say, and we're trying to find it.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to take some of these alerts off now because we don't need them. We're going to watch the news. I know a good way of doing it. They drive me bonkers in the background. You can't hear them because I've got noise suppression software on. But I've got this alarm going bing, 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 bing in front of my face, and it drives me bonkers. Right. So we want to be out the market soon. And let's move into a 1 minute. What we're going to do, we're going to walk the dog on this, on the reverse frackers, because we need to be out of the market. I think a lot of people are probably going to be out of the market. They want to wait for the news, which is the best thing to do. So what we're looking for is a candle breaking under the 9 EMA, on balance volume, still going okay. We've got a 926 cross still intact. But shall we just take 0.5%? Let's take 0.5%. Take that off and take 0.5%. So we've just made 1.5% in the first half hour on that, on the American markets. Then we'll sit out to one side and we'll wait to see what the news provides us with. Hopefully, now, although it's a big market move, you know, we've got 2 or 3 points of positive for the news for the index, the American indices. Now, if the Mission Consumer Sentiment Index gives us a bearish view, then it's one against the many, and people shrug it. There'll be a reaction, and people will shrug it off, and they'll still buy the markets, and that's what we're counting on. We're trading, which, you know, a lot of people talk about how to trade, what trading. We are trading human behavior, nothing else. Human behavior is driving the market through the trades that they're doing. And if they're algos, people, there's always a smart ass. So this is all, well, there's algos do it. Who do you think programs the algos? It's human biases. So, you know, it's we're trading human behavior and habits, and that's what we'll get used to. The result is prices moving up and down in the market. And we've done very, very well. 18.5 now makes 19.5 plus half now makes 20%. So we are 2 minutes away as well from the FTSE 15-minute bar breakout. And we do have oil slowly building. So I think there's a slight pullback on the FTSE. We do have a few. I'll put the result for interest. We'll stick the results up and we'll have a look at what happened. We'll do it on the Dow and we'll see how the market reacts. So let's have a look very quickly at the FTSE. A couple of minutes to put the trade on. This is a 15-minute bar here. There. And the market has pulled back. So what we're going to do is, I don't think the news in the American market's going to have too much an impact on this. We're going to go in at 315, and we're gonna, you could get away with a smaller stop on this, to be fair. You could get away with a 22 pip stop. So 22 pips, and the market's in 1 minute's time is about to break through here. So it's difficult. I'm going to make an assumption here that this is going to hold, and we'll be able to, I'll be able to put that in, and because I want to show you what's going to happen with the news releases coming out, and we're less than a minute away, so that we should be okay on here. And let's get the news off. Let's put this to one side. We're out of the S&P. And let's see how the impact news hits this market. Whoops, come here, where's my last one? Stop. So I've got equal counter up and I'll have a look at this. As I say, if it is bad news for the indices, then it's one against the previous three, and the markets, all we're waiting for really is the market to do whatever it's going to do, let the dust settle, let the blood on the floor get swept up, and then we'll come in and trade a fractal breakout after that. So what we're looking for here is 66.9 or better, and even if it's 66.4, the prediction is that, you know, the previous is 66.4. Can't trust a lot of these because after the event they all get revised. So, right, okay, even better. So that's a rah-rah. So the punch up is going to happen. There you go. There's the punch up. What we're waiting for now then is the market to relax back after the punch back up. Realization, oh, that's bullish, so the dollar should go up. So
Yeah.
I'll show you that. We put the Dixie on. The Dixie should have spiked up. So put the dollar basket on. Oh, okay, I don't
The
see that.
indie bot has just kicked in.
And baby dozy. That's what we want. There you go. Dollar. So now this is where it gets a bit interesting. You know, we do expect if it's a good number, I did say the market would go bullish for the dollar. Dollar's bullish. So you would expect the indices to come off, or it doesn't happen that way. People see the news as it's all really good and they all go rah, 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 rah. And then people work out, well, hang on a second, if the dollar's becoming more expensive, because if the indices and companies are becoming more expensive, then people in America really don't see anything, but outside investors now are seeing the American market being more expensive, so it could go other places. So we would expect a pullback, and then we can then get involved with this later on if you wish. But it's doing exactly what it should do, what it says on the can. My targets, we want to get involved in this. If the market just goes on a rah-rah, and look at this on balance, the volume, you can see the volume is absolutely building. It's these waypoints are getting wider and wider apart. The aggression is certainly on. So the interesting point for me here is if we don't get a pullback, not bothered, we will take a break out of here and we'll be targeting there. And there is another about 450 pips on the market to be had there. Okay. So we took 0.5% on the S&P. We could have took a full one, but we did it in a risk-managed way. I did lose any money and capitalized on 2 markets and made 1.5. So that was good. Let's just zoom out a bit. Let's go and have a look at see the FTSE. Crude's having a wiggle on, so that should help the FTSE as well. We should break up through. How come my indie bot hasn't switched on? Has your indie bot switched on, Bridget?
Yeah, it's it was 5 pips up, it's 2 pips up now.
Why hasn't mine come on?
I don't know.
Well, that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Normally, I'm sat there saying, "Oh, indie picker's going great," and everyone's
I
sat there
know.
saying, "Mine's not working." Why? What time frame have you got yours working on?
15.
Bugger. Just shows I'm obviously working off a Spanish server at the moment, and it should have worked. This is the beauty of trading in a group. You know, when you're on your own, you don't know it's not doing the right thing, do you? You just
No.
you just don't know it's not working. Whereas in a group, you can get the feedback from people on different servers all over the world, and you know that you know it's working. So we're in on here, and so I've just seen a note here from a guy saying you trade in 30 minutes. No, we don't. We don't use 30 minutes. We trade 1 minute. We trade 5 minutes. We trade 15 minutes. And that's about the levels. We do stop and reverses on 1 hour charts, but we just do not use 4 hour and daily trades. We leave that to the retail boys who like to make 1% a month and with huge stops. We get in, we get in really, we like to get in very accurately. We get in, assess the market, find out where the movements are, get in, exploit them, and get out. I would prefer to get in like today, in and out, 1.5% in less than 30 minutes. Whereas if you're using a daily chart, 4 hour chart, it's going to take you 3 days to do that, generally. we're going to be in like today. There's no way as a swing trader, using 4-hour and daily stuff, even 30 minutes down to that level, you're going to make as much as 30% like we have. 20%, sorry, I get excited. I should slow myself down. Why has the DAX bought? Why has the DAX trade come off? I don't know. Let's just go and have a look at that DAX. I'm just looking at the other screen, and there's no trade on.
Yeah, it was going so well too.
Yeah, there's no trade. It's gone. What happened?
Mine at target.
It might have hit target. I don't know. Let's have a look.
Mine did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, happy days. There's some more rupees. We're just collecting the money. It's like money trees today, isn't it? You shake the tree and all the golden coins drop out. Right. I think we can fracker this one as well, actually. So the first two targets this morning, first one hit, second one hit, did not trade them. I wanted to focus on the gold, and this provided 2 to 4%, but gold provided a lot more. And if you've been trading on your own, then you probably could have done it. But while I'm going across multi-markets and trying to do a dialogue on them all, I can't do them all at once. Well, I personally can't take 4 or 5 markets all at once and trade them. It's just gets a little bit too much, especially at the speed that we trade. Now, this is a really nice fractal. Nice things about this observation. Actually, I'll put the trade on first, then I'll talk about the observations later. So we've got a fractal break at 3907, 1.7 pip split 10. So we want that at 10.5. 10.5 would do 10.6 would be all right as well. If I can't get it, it won't do it for me. 10.8 will have to do. The stop is 29. The target 29 will fit, not a problem on a fractal break. I'm just going to put this in and I'll tell you the observations on why I'm going to, after not doing this morning, I'm going to do it now. Oh, that's got to 6 now. It's time, so great. So 29 and 29, we're going to go back up to target 2. So observations, of course, not of course. There's your 926 cross. But it always looks good when it crosses. However, it's a little bit more complicated than the 926's cross, so go and do it. And this is what absolutely drives me bonkers about a lot of the YouTubers saying if the EMA's cross, look how much you make money. It is not like that. It's not simple. And most of the time, after they've crossed, it's too late. So you need to have something else other than an EMA. So this is the 9 crossing the 26, one of our trades. You can see it clearly here. On-balance volume is starting to really pick up. So what we use is a Heikin Ashi candle that is trading above the 9 EMA. So the actual entry is actually that bar there. Not here, because that is only confirmed after the 5-minute bar has completed. So within that 5-minute time frame, this could, you don't know. It's already trading in hindsight, but hindsight's no good. When you're on this bar and the market's moving, you don't know whether it's going to close above the bar or reject. You haven't got a clue until the candle gets a lot more. It grows in maturity. In other words, it's 3-4 minutes out of the 5 minutes. So then you get a good feel of what's going to happen. And only when it closes will the EMA confirm its cross. Only when it closes. So the actual entry for the 926 strat is from there with a spread under that swing low, which is 57.5 in fact. Still through there. So that, if you're doing a 926, that's your entry. if you're doing the trade that we've just done, which is a fracker break, there's the trade there. So two different strategies, pretty reasonably close together, both doing the same thing. One's establishing a 5-minute trend. The other one is confirming a fractal breakaway. Both of them are valid. And if you zoom out to 15 minutes, so 15 minutes. So there's a candle there. That's a 15. That candle closed at 18,275, and the EMA was 275. So that was a valid candle, and that was another valid candle. And these are all 15-minute bar reversals that you could have took as well. And those targets would have been here, there. And I have no idea why my other trade closed. I don't think I did it by accident. I don't think I hit the button, but it closed in a profit. And I don't know why. You know, I'm going to be honest. If I don't know why, I'll say it. I don't know why. It shouldn't have closed. It should have still been in play. And I don't know whether I've flicked it by accident, but we're in the market again. And unless I was trading on 5 minutes. When you got in, Andy, was I trading 5 minutes? I can't tell from it. I have to pull all the history up to try and find out where the trade was.
I can't remember, Steve. I've done so many trades today. The DAX trade, Germany 40, went in at 18,286 at 3 o'clock.
Right, I've got an entry.
Oh, sorry, 18,386.
Right, I'm just looking at the history now. Bear with me. Right, yeah, I know now. It was a STE. So I went in at 18,284.5 and it come out at 18,285.7. So I must have put a stop to entry and it come down, collected me up and then carried on. So no loss, no gain. I must have done it with, I did that with the FTSE, and I've obviously must have done it without talking about it with the DAX. But either way, we lost no money, or you'd still be in the money now. Right. I thought it was May. I thought it was something. It obviously was May, pressing buttons. So I'll clear all this off. There we are. And we're looking for that to rise up. Let's put an alert up into these levels here where the resistance starts again, and then we might want to put a stop to entry up here and protect our risk again. Right, so we're in the FTSE and that's going sideways. Oil is starting to come down a little bit. Right, now we want to go, but as gold than what we asked it to. Let's go and look at gold. Yes. So we've got to pull back on gold. And you can see a big rejection point, all the buyers coming in. But buyers, what time was that? Right on that. Right, okay. Let's have a look at what's happening into the detail. Oh, horrible action. 2 ring low on the 5 minute there, which would have been an entry there. We don't generally do 2 ring lows, and that the stop would have been under here. Not on gold. So the market came up, hit first target, hit the second target, bounced off 2000 and what other targets did I have? Let's have a look. There's a report from this morning. Where is it? Gold, 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 gold. So I'd say, yeah, we already hit yesterday's target, which was very nice. Hit today's target. Hit today, a retest of that target in focus. So hit the target, hit that target. Next focus is here. But before that, we're going to bounce off 2.5. And we bounced off 2.5 like we thought. And now we're looking for a new entry. Definitely the forces with you on this. We've hit all the targets on the DAX.
The Indy stopped me out.
Pardon?
The Indy stopped me out. No loss, no gain.
Oh, I did a stop to entry function, did it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I don't know why mine didn't work.
Well, it was still would have taken you out anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter now. But it is strange. But we do get little blips like this, don't we, every now and again, where some don't work on the servers, some do.
It's frustrating, though.
I know, but you never get an answer to it. It just is what it is.
Yeah, I know, man. That's frustrating as well.
But that's the frustrating bit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So, guys, we are now halfway there. I've just preempted this to put this on another screen. So we've got another over 0.5% there as well. It's just like rupee collecting today, isn't it? It's good. And I'm not sure we're actually gonna get that a fall into the close. That's why we run on till 4:30, because we're looking for that fall. But we've absolutely smashed the markets to bits. So do I really want to hang around till 4 o'clock?
No.
If the FTSE isn't going to rise up, I think we need to break open the fizz and go and sit by the pool in the sun, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to do exactly that now.
Yeah. Whereabouts in the world are you, Bridget, at the moment?
Well, I am currently at home. I'm going off to ride my ponies, but I am having a pool built. So get me.
Lovely.
It's an all year round swim spa. So you swim against the tide. Because you can't have a pool with no here, can you? It's useless, hopeless. But
It can get a bit chilly.
But if you have a spa top to it, you can use it all year round. So that's what I'm doing.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, of course you can.
And soon I'll say to you, oh yeah, I'm going off for a swim too, Steve.
I've got I joined this thing on Facebook about, I think, Tori Rebecca, a group or something, and I mentioned does anyone want to come round? So I think I've got some people. I'll probably have some visitors tomorrow. Sat around the pool tomorrow, so I better make sure it's clean, hadn't I?
Hey, I can't imagine your pool not being crystal.
No, I can't. I don't like it.
Exactly. I don't think that's a worry for you, is it, really?
The good thing is, with the rain, it put a couple of inches in the pool, and the pool was horrible. Well, I'll get to the point in a minute. The pool was 31 degrees. Bloody horrible. You walk into it and it's like walking the bathwater. It's no good. So the rain put quite a bit of water into the pool, which is quite nice. So hopefully it'll chill it off a bit. But it doesn't help today. It's 39 in the shade and 40 odd in the sun. So I think we're probably going to get the temperatures back up again.
I think you are, aren't you? Well, we're going to have apparently we've got good sunshine this week. So when we have good sunshine, you just burn.
Yeah. Well, we're not doing a lot, are we? It's like where I'm like, when it gets to these sorts of times, we've had a good muck and bullets, good old trading sessions, and I'm thinking, well, we sat on bags of gold coins today. We've done a really good day. It's like, well, but the sun shines outside or the day's outside, rather than sat in this trading room, a lot of computers pointing at me. I'm getting solar radiation from the smaller monitors.
Sometimes though, when the market goes a bit like this, it's the time when you lose money.
Yes, you can get a bit too confident, start.
Yeah, because
go to sport. The best
yeah,
thing is not when you've had your fill and get
yeah,
out.
and just leave it. And that's what I'm going to do. So thanks, guys. Nice to see you. See you
All
Monday.
right, okay. See you, mate.
See you later.
Have a good weekend.
All right, cheers. You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, love.
I'm gonna stay for a wee bit longer. I think I'd like to. If this gets stopped, it'll be pretty annoying after it's done 0.75%. It looks like it is going to stop. Yeah, it is. It stopped us out. No loss, no gain. That gets it. Starts to get you a bit annoying. We do not want to do revenge trading. The markets are losing momentum, and the FTSE's lost its steer as well because of crude. I'll show you crude. Crude's decided now it's had enough as well, and it's put in a negative OBV. And yeah, it's now peeling off. So if this is peeling off, FTSE will peel off. So that's a little bit annoying. Do I want to leave FTSE on over the weekend? Hell no.
No. I'm trying to get FTSE up at the moment.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we can get a break even on the FTSE. We're at the moment we are down by 0.09%, not even 0.1%. I'm just wondering whether I'm going to just dump it because
Oil's pulling back, but oil's just at 75.50 now, so it could bounce here, couldn't it?
Yeah, we do need some help from oil. We do need some help from oil.
Right, breaking it now.
Because it's had rejection points. This is not good. It's probably going to do, like we said, I did mention this. What did I say? Let's get the words out. Listen, we haven't looked at NASDAQ. I don't think we want to be bothered. We've done a load of money today, so let's have a look. So, to the monitor factors closely, to the for EMA. So breaker 75.75 opens up 74 and below. 75.75. This is that break, isn't it? 75.75 here. Opens that up. And we mentioned this morning, run down, it bounced off 75, and then it could easily follow through and down to 74s. It come down at 74.60s. And that could easily fall away today. So if you look at this structure, if you want to trade oil short, there's some fantastic Fibo structure there that you can use to see where if it does follow the trend that started here, we take our Fibo down to here on the expansion, we run it back up here, and we can get a 61%. A double tap here would be your first target, which should be easily hit, and the big target would be here. But for me, it would be, not that I'm stuck in my ways, but I did put 74, so I want 74. Am I going to trade it? Not really, I don't think so. It'd just be nice to leave this on to see on Monday when we come in on Monday to see if our targets were actually hit. We've had a bit of a tumultuous time on the FTSE. We stopped to entries and things. We've made money going up on the DAX. Some people have made money coming on out the DAX. We've tried to go up a few times, and the market has not been very resilient, and gold has just been given, which is nice. Let's just see if I can get into gold again before we go. Yeah, I like this. Is looking nice. We can get this to get its backside down, and then give us a nice fracker on the 5 minute. Now I will get aggressive on gold. What people are doing, this is on a very risk-on situation. So people are taking money out of gold, all focusing on American markets going up. What they really should be focusing on is having one eye in the Middle East. Because if you're going to be in any asset over the weekend, gold is the asset you want to be in and not short. So all goes peaked on over the weekend. Everyone will take the money back out of the out of assets, indices, and it'll get whacked into gold. And we can benefit from that quite nicely. Yeah. The other thing, just to remind people, I don't know if you've seen it, Peter, you use Trade Locker as well. On Sunday, on the 18th, the demo platform, if you use a demo platform, is going to be closed for 3 hours. At that point, no stop losses or take profits will be honoured.
Yeah, you've got to be careful crypto trading over the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. So they won't honour any stop losses for 3 hours or profit targets. So just thought I'd give you, if you've not seen it, that's a heads up on it. Right, let's go and have a look at the American markets. Is there anything worth having a look at? We'll alert this back up. Let's just zoom out a wee bit. Let's do a little fibble on these levels. It's a problem keeping the enthusiasm, isn't it? When you've done so well, had the best day this year, still having enthusiasm to keep trading. Yeah, 50% retrace would probably be okay. Put the baby blues in as a 50% retrace level. In with the target. We've got some soft area here as well. I'm really bullish. I was thinking we were going to have a stage up here on. We're into Wild West territory now, aren't we? Where the market's never been up here before. It's all-time record highs. So we've gone into the Friday afternoon at 3:30 now, and Northern Europe will be thinking about taking profits and relaxing for the weekend. So the Northern European market is much bigger than the American market. So the American market's still having a go away. The capitalization of the American market, the European market, if we include the FTSE, it's have a much bigger influence on gold than the American market. American has an influence on, like we do, Northern European as a rah-rah on gold, and when the bell opens in America as well, it has another rah-rah. And news, because it's on US dollar, because it's dollar driven and dollar price at the moment, gold, we have reactions like this. But now it's settling. Do I want to just put an order in? Well, I think what I might do is I'll stick an alert down into the confluence here down into 24.73 levels. If the market comes down to there, I'll be interested. I think I will put what I'll do is I'm going to let the bots take the spread. I'm going to put my swinger on. Because the market's pulling back and the gold swinger will only get back in again if the market comes up. So I'm going to wait that up. I've got the gold, so make sure it's running. Yes, it's running. So I'll put that bot on. The indie bot's still saying long. Mine's not kicked in yet. And we're 4 points down. 0.1%. I think we'll raise our stop under the 15-minute fracker or 5-minute fracker. And if we get stopped, we get stopped out for 0.15%. That's not going to make really much impact on our profit. And so put the fracker on here. Could do a positional trade as well, a rising trade. Hasn't gone down far enough, really. We need our stops under these levels. Let's zoom out of it. Oh, I've lost the details. Someone mentioned something about 30 minutes. I wonder why people use 30 minutes to trade. Ask, why do you use 30 minutes? That's if the people are still there.
I'm still here, Steve.
Yeah, I know. In our realm, I was just looking on YouTube, but you can't see who's there. 91. There's a few people watching, but unless people put comments in, you can't actually. You don't know, and you don't know what's there. Right. Okay. Never mind. The guy or girl's lost interest and gone, I think. Or they're not answering. Right. Hi, Rog. Right. I'd like to, if there's such a thing as the trouble is, you really would want your stop, if you're going to put a stop in, under here. But you do want a 1-to-1 to the next target. You get in it, if you're going to put your stop in here, well, there is a 1-to-1. That's a big range just to make 1% in the terms of a day trader, not in the terms of a swing trader. People would laugh if I'm balking at 30 odd pips. We normally use 5 or 310 pips if you're using an MT system. But from here, you've got to put 32 pips in, and you've got 38 pip target, better than 1-to-1. I think I'll just leave those alerts. If the market comes down further, I'll get involved. If the market doesn't come down any further, then we've took 18.5% on gold, so it's given us enough. Let's just have a little look at the S&P. Has that pulled back at all? Not really. Very lackluster now, isn't it? It come up, it's like we had a little pullback. Again, through the close, daily highs, it's pulled back. On balance, volumes down. This is what we said should happen, is there'll be a rah-rah on markets going up, and then the realization is that American stocks are then going to be more expensive because the dollar's gone up. So foreign investment will go down, therefore the markets will suffer that consequence of lack of money outside of America. So you could trade this. What I want to do, I want to trade this. There's a really nice fractal breakout there. Target is 13 pips. Stop is 11. You could take that. I'm not going to. Nothing wrong with it. It's a perfect setup. If you've only come to the market, trading the American market in the afternoon or in the morning, if you're in America, then that would be the trade to do. And the Dow, 400 pips in the Dow. The market's come spanking up and then it's done what we said. So, as I mentioned, there'll be a lot of retail traders sat in the string vest now, bloodbath. Markets come up. Do not follow markets. They will kill you. And if you'd follow that, you'd be dead now. Or you'd be sat in your string vest with no money because you'll have gone the rah with the news. And that's wrong. It's wrong. A strong dollar does not make an index go up. Economically, it makes the index go down. But we have got a lot of information that's going to give American economy a little green flag. So you could trade this back up. If we weren't so profitable this afternoon, then I'd probably have a go. But the sun's out, the fridge has got full of cold fizz, and with your permission, guys, I'm going to bow out, and we're going to let the market do what it wants, and we can come back Monday. I think this week we've smashed, getting towards 30% return. Unbelievable. Probably the best week we've ever had, I think. We're in August, if you remember, August last year was a cracker. We did have, I think, can I just, where is it? I'll get this thing up. I was just looking at doing a video. Have I put these in here? Where, can I put these up? Frackerbot results. So far today, we'd made 22%, didn't we, in August last year? That was the best month, and I thought they were great. So we started actually recording these. So far, we've made 8 here, but the results, where are they? I made them at the pictures so I can use them. All right. So here, can we make these larger so you can actually see? I should download the pictures, shouldn't I? There we are. There's June results. The bots made 15.65% in June and 15.46% in July. And so far this month, we're on song for getting towards yet again. So if you haven't already had the email for your upgrades, I think you should have done on the website. The bots are on here. There. Are they there? Yes, the fractal bots. There's now 18 bots and the 4 screeners. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll run some of those screeners on these bots. But I should call it the little ripper because they go absolutely berserk, these bots, and do really well. Let's just get rid of all this. Let's just have a quick look. See if there's anything worth looking at. So these are all the screeners, as you know, about 74 screeners now, 27 keys. So let's put the fracker screeners on. So we've got the get ready. So I'll just take you through this very, very quickly before I go, because Pete wasn't here. This is the 1 hour get ready. This filters all the bots, telling you instantly what's available to put the bot on to short it. So it's immediately found silver's completely overcooked. and it's negative on the 4-hour. So that's get ready. You can then look at one, the perfect entry for a bot would be on going in 4 hours down to 1 hour, down to 15-minute pullback, nothing left. The market is not giving up anything yet. And this is for the indices, obviously nothing yet. And then there is the strong trend one. If the market is absolutely running, then this will just keep you in the trend and you can keep smashing us to bits. So, well, it's a shame, isn't it? When you try and demonstrate these, there's nothing flipping there. Any pullbacks on the 1 hour dippers, nothing. After the news, the market like, oh right, okay. There's a few here potential longs, which you expect USD Japaning, of course, wouldn't you, with the Dixie being long. So but we're heading towards negative territory again on Japanese yen. So now this is really interesting because I find it interesting anyway. The US dollar has come hurtling down until we got the news. And then the Dixie dollar basket, if I overlay the dollar basket on here, it will show you the Dixie shooting up, giving strength to the dollar. Where's the Dixie? So there you are. You can see the Dixie on that overlay. As the dollar increases in strength, so does the dollar against the yen. And now we've got that rah-rah from the news, having the dollar has been trickling on down, is now rolling over. And you can see here that, let's see how it looks on a 1 hour. There's the US dollar there, dollar basket, putting in a little bit of strength there. But the best way to use this is against the Euro USD. I'm not going to go into it because we go into it all the time. And is there anything here? I'll just take the comparison off. We don't need that really. I don't want to go long on anything at the moment, apart from gold. There's nothing really. Safe haven currencies, well, yeah, okay, on a 4 hour it's okay, but we drop it below the 200 EMA. Has no interest. So Friday afternoon, you really don't want to be filtering bots on a Friday afternoon, unless you're going to go into these. It's a kind of magic 1 hour screamish. You want to rip the market to bits on 1 minute. Then there are 6 trading opportunities to short the backside off pound euro. You can see it's just been coming down, coming down, coming down. Pull back up the confluence is another potential for the market coming down. On balance volumes down, market is negative. There's only one direction this market's going to go, and that's down. Kiwi USD, we've been shorting that. Been shorting that on bots, as you know, this week, and it's worked quite nice. USD CAD, dollar against a weakening loonie on oil. Not sure about that because we've got crude coming off. So there is nothing super high probability. There's nothing that's going to involve one of us to get really involved. If you're going to trade anything, really, is the good old S&P. Always come along on the S&P for having a good slow walk up the hill. So if anybody wants to trade that, then I would trade the S&P 500 on a frac breakout, nothing else. Markets run up, you see the fractal breaks there. It's going to put in a fractal bottom potentially down here. We'll see a fractal base here. The market doesn't come down any further. It will draw a frac in there. Would that give you a 1-to-1 to the new target? Target 3. Expect that to get smashed anyway today. New targets for today on the news. News was okay. People will buy the S&P a little bit later after they shake the dust off. and you'd have a fractal entry here with a stop here, and that's just gonna, it's a nice easy trade. You want that trade off over the weekend. And what you really want to do is to be a trade on. You want to fractal trade that for a 1%. How long did it take to, what is that? That is 14 pips. In the current climate, how long did it take from the bounce off cam? 14 pips. 14 pips in its current structure. Kind of took under an hour. So on a break from here, you're looking at roughly about an hour. So from here to here is 28. Well, you're looking at, it's 4:45 now, 4:45, 5:45 tonight. You're looking at this market hitting the target round about here. If it's going to do it, it's probably going to do it round about there. I will leave this on and we'll check if we're right on Monday morning. And let's see what happens. Gold, you know, S&P, yep, okay. And the other one is gold, of course. You just hang around and wait for a gold reversal. Gold is the preferred trade. No shadow of a doubt. Any questions before I go, guys?
No, good, Steve. Apart from oil's having a little push.
In what direction?
It's going up.
Oh, right, okay.
So that might that drag the FTSE, or is it sort of too late because the FTSE is likely to roll over?
No, it's definitely not too late for the FTSE.
Right.
The FTSE has had a shakeout. It's quite flat. If oil goes up, I think the FTSE will follow, and the reason I think it will follow is because we're looking at pullbacks on the American markets at the moment. And in the next hour, probably less than an hour. We've got an hour to the target. In the next half hour, we're going to see the American markets reverse to the upside, and that will provide the opportunity to drag the FTSE. If oil is going to the upside as well, then we should see the markets come to the upside, and we should be able to get out, break even on our FTSE trade, or make a small amount of money on the FTSE as well, as we're still in the FTSE trade.
Cool. All right, Steve. Perfect. Thank you.
But, you could half the risk on here as well. I think I'm going to do that. 0.5%. We'll put this to 0.5% and reduce our risk, and we'll see what happens on the FTSE, and let's see what happens. We'll have a review on Monday of how the American markets work. But please, if you want to trade S&P and gold, there's gold in them there hills, and they're going to keep going up, I think. So a fractal break on gold is a pretty damn good position to be in. We are pulled back. Everything is on you from 1 day all the way down to 5 minutes. The market's saying buy. So you're just looking for a 5-minute fracker on the 9 EMA, 15-minute bar reversal. Either one of those will do, and you should be good to go. We've got the FTSE turning long, and the Nasdaq just flicked. Let's have a quick look at the NAS. I'm not going to trade it, not do any analysis, but I just spotted there the indie bot just said have a crack at the NAS. It's just come up again. So let's have a look at the NAS. Where's the NAS? Yeah. Right. Let's zoom out. So Nasdaq again, it's had the curve, it's got the pullback, and it's probably going to go to the top side. So we must have had an indication, yes, it's been flickering away on the NAS 15-minute. It's pulled back, so it's telling you it's pulling back. Sorry. That's my alert for the FTSE drop. which I don't think it's probably not gonna happen because of oil going on. So the NAS is on a reprieve to come back to go long. So, and the reason it said going long is because the filters spotted a pullback on the 1 hour time frame. So the indie bot's saying, get yourself ready, stick it on, the bot will sit there, it'll monitor the market, and as soon as the market turns, it should jump on it and go along. So I think I actually will, let's just have a look at the BBO. This is the last thing I'm going to do before I do go. I'll absolutely turn to the top side. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch. If you've got the BBO bots, guys, let the robots do that trade. Bots, BBO. There we are. Switch the BBO bot on. Right, switch that bot on. Boom, and we're on. Activate. Activation. Green. Green. Right. Okay. That's it. Fine. So we've got the. Oh, I've got the BBO already switched on, ready to go. I'm good on. Oh, Germany. That's a German one. So we can turn that off. No, we don't. No, leave this running all the time because it's not going to trade now. It's too late. So, yeah, got the tech BBO. So, fine. Let them go and do the thing. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. And oh, look at this. No, I'm going to leave it. This is a really good candle. If it, the reason it's a good candle, it's going to potentially close above the 9 EMA and it'll have broke a fracker at the same time. I'm not going to get aggressive with this, but you'd have to wait for the second fractal, or you're going to wait for the 15-minute bar reversal, which is an absolute crap candle. It's indecision candle, but it is actually going to close above the 9 EMA. You could get very aggressive if you wanted to. Stops would have to be under here, and your next target is 25.19. Your stops would be in 7 minutes' time. You've got to work for that, wait for that to happen. Stops are going to be around about 13. Target's going to be 29, over 2% ripper. I've got the bot swinger on. If the bot swinger finds out on 15 minutes, and it probably will, it will trade it for me anyway. So have a great weekend, guys, and I'm going to go. So
thank you, Steve. Great
bye,
week.
everyone. All right, cheers, guys. I'm off. Bye bye.